Hey guys, Romie here. Please like, comment, subscribe. This is my review for How to Get Away with Murder, Season 4, Episode 10. Everything we did was for nothing. So the episode starts off with Laurel. She's having this nightmare, and it's just kind of like everything that's happened recently, and it ends with, we see her, she's having the baby while in the elevator, and she even sees Wes, but Wes's eyes open up, which is foreshadowing the fact that there is something very sketchy going on with that whole Wes storyline. And I'm just hoping they don't do any foolishness. We get it. Wes is dead. He's dead for real. We're just finally going to get the answers as to why it happened. That's all that's going to happen, people. Don't get super excited. Don't get excited that, oh, Wes is going to be in a bunker somewhere and hiding out somewhere. Oh, that wasn't his body, or it was, but they only burned half of it so that he... No. Anyway, even though it looked fake to me when it all happened, I'm just going to... because I can't go and give myself that type of hope. So now everyone's watching the TV. They're seeing that Antares is having its release. That Antares is having its big day. And Connor's trying to cheer up Oliver. And Oliver's just like, all of that was done for nothing. All of that was done for nothing. Michaela wants to text Tegan so bad. But first it's Asher. Asher's trying to make sure she doesn't do anything foolish and dumb. So here comes the DA telling Bonnie that, so you think you're slick, you are helping out Annalise, you're helping out the kids. So Bonnie's trying to say, look, I know that you're caught up in all of this mess, and I'm actually trying to protect you. That's why I went and looked into them, because you're all connected. I'm not stupid. So now Frank goes and he's trying to talk to Laurel and say, stop focusing on all of that. None of that really matters. And Annalise is trying to do her best to try and distract Laurel from the fact that Laurel's not getting out of there. Why is she not getting out of there? Because they think something's wrong with her. And Annalise is starting to think maybe they're right. And Annalise is starting to think maybe she does need to be in there just in case if she does hurt herself. So guess what? Maybe what her therapist said was right. But we're not going to jump it down Annalise's throat because she's a queen. And we're not doing that to the queens. Now, Annalise is talking to Michaela, and it's just kind of this whole thing of ring, ring, ring. Frank still has Dominic's phone. And Annalise is like, you need to throw that away. You need to throw that away or else you're going to be the next person killed. And believe it or not, it's not that I don't want you dead. I just can't have you dying right now. That's the type of vibe that I was getting from Annalise. Next up, Nate. So Nate is talking to... Let's see how I want this lighting done. Nate's talking to Annalise, and Nate's like, look, I can't help you out. Annalise needs the hard drive. She needs the hard drive. She needs assistance. And Nate's already partially covering the class action lawsuit that she's still going to do. Let's be very clear about that. That's still happening. But Annalise needs him for other things. But for now, Asher has a job again because Asher's going to be working with Annalise and Connor on figuring out who's going to be a good case for the class action lawsuit. And they're trying to distract Oliver because Oliver can't be trusted. Oliver needs to be watched. He needs to be managed at this point. And or at least that's what Connor thinks. Annalise tells Connor, you need to stop making him your project. That boy's stronger than you think. He was willing to go and do X, Y, and Z. Why you keep running up under him? Come on now, stop it. Look at Annalise. There's something you may not know. So then we see Frank, he goes and he gets rid of the card that's containing Dominic's body, but he doesn't get rid of the phone. That phone's still ringing for dear life, and we at this point don't know. We're assuming that, oh, it's Mr. Castile, it's Mr. Castile. It can't be anyone else. It can't be. I knew exactly who it was. That's the part that irked me. I knew exactly who it was at the end of this episode. Michaela breaks and she sends a text message to Tegan saying, you know, I didn't see you at the Antares IPO, so I just wanted to go and make sure that everything was cool. Shout out to you, Black Girl Magic, you do your thing, XOXO. I said, Michaela, there's just a crime scene 2 days ago, and now you're trying to reach out to the person that you know that you did wrong to, even though she already knows that you did something. Be smarter than that. She's ignoring you. She's trying to lay low. They told her to keep her eyes and ears shut. Eyes and ears. Think about that. Now, Michaela's talking to Laurel, and Laurel's trying to figure out, why am I still in here? My father's trying to do the same thing that he did to my mother, say that she was mentally unstable, and he just pumped her full of drugs until she was a former shell of herself. Laurel's trying to say, no, she's good. There's no issues. She's not her mom. She already made sure that she's not bipolar. She's done the test. And I said, that's great, Laurel. That's great. But I do think that there's something off with you. I do think that there is something wrong with you. So now, Annalise, she goes back to, I didn't realize how long it's been since she's even visited that place. And those just memories left and right, going to Wes's apartment, and she was just having all these visions. I said, if Wes isn't coming back, they need to just go and stop this, because now I'm getting hurt. Now I'm getting irritated. Now I'm really getting perturbed at the fact that Laurel has this main storyline that we don't like her. We don't like her. We don't like you. It's like making fetch happen. It's not going to happen. So now Annalise is running through the apartment, trying to see if she can find anything. What she does find is baby clothes for Wes's son. Annalise was like, she could have died. And I said, no, Annalise, you don't deserve this. Get out of there. Get out of there now. Bonnie, I see she tousled the hair. She made it a little bit blonder. She's trying to make herself more young, more youthful, trying to take control of her life. She actually looked semi-happy. It was weird. It was very weird. But Bonnie's trying to talk to Nate and say, look, I need some stuff for the case. And no, it doesn't have to do with Annalise or the case. It's just me doing my work. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. But, you know, have you heard anything about Asher? I said, oh my God. Bonnie. And Nate realizes it. Nate was like, look, I'm not a bad guy. I'm going there. I'm going in on meetings to see what they have on him, what they're trying to do. I'm still one of the good guys, even though Annalise, whew, I got off that ride a long time ago. Now, Asher and Connor, they're looking through all these inmates that they're trying to figure out who's someone who they can actually help. Asher's not being much help, which isn't a surprise. Oliver, he hacked into the hospital systems and thought that, why don't I go and just check up on Simon? Why don't I go and check up on him? Why don't I go and obsess over him? Oh my God, they're about to do tests on his lungs. Let's go see us. I don't care. Simon needs to die. Oliver, you're almost on the chopping block a while ago. You can be back on. You're starting to irk me. It's starting to irritate me. Come on, stop it. So now Annalise, she gets her, there's something going on. She goes into Laurel's hospital room and realizes, why does Laurel have access to your phone? Why did you send me a message? No, Laurel sent it. Why'd you let Laurel do it? Because Laurel was doing research. And Laurel realized, we can use the same play that my father, that my mom's lawyer used to get her out of the psych ward. And it's essentially proved that she is being held there against her will, even though she is competent. Or I forgot how it works. And Annalise lied and said, no, I tried that. The judge rejected that. I said, ooh, you lying. When she looked at Michaela, I said, ooh, you lying. Michaela looked at Annalise and confronted her, said, you're lying. Away from Laurel, Annalise said, look, I don't trust Laurel she lost her baby. I don't know what she's capable of at this point. So I said, fair enough. Frank is talking to Bahani, and he needs some help. He wants her to go and assist Laurel. But he's looking at Frank like, so you are screwing that woman, and now you want me to go and help the both of you? So you two were screwing, and you want me to help the both of you? No. I should have told you to pull that trigger when you were trying to kill yourself. And Frank was like, you don't mean that. Trust me, I do. For once, I should have just let Annalise go and do it. I cried. You betrayed me. You disrespected me. I'm done with the rest of y'all. You can go Scratch. You can go and be Annalise's replacement, since now she doesn't have Wes. You can go run up under her. Congratulations. I said, ooh, Laurel. Ooh. Bonnie, chill. Bonnie, chill. Don't tell Frank that. Don't tell Frank that. That was rude. That was rude. Deadass, that was rude. Now, I didn't expect this. Nate comes over to where Connor, Annalise, Connor, Asher, and Oliver are to talk to Asher. And he's like, I have some bad news. Someone snitched and said that you ruffled up Simon. And so now there's potential motive. So Asher's thinking, it must have been Tegan. I said, Tegan's a boss. She didn't do... Don't you dare disrespect Tegan. I get it. He's thinking that, okay, Michaela said that Tegan knows that something's up. But I said, don't you dare. Tegan's a queen. We're not doing that. So then Connor comes in like, so what's going on? I said, Connor, go come back when you have your regular hair and facial hair. This look is creeping me out. Looking like a real creep right now. Anyway, Nate said, look, I don't have time to be playing around. Why don't you two go and do your homework? Well, I actually dropped out of school. Well, just thinking, y'all are a mess. Y'all are a mess. You let Oliver escape. So now Oliver's at the hospital and he realizes that the person who allows entrance into Simon's room, that he's gay. And so you run this whole scam of, Simon was in the closet. And so I think he hurt himself because he was because he didn't know how to deal with that. I said, Oliver, the fact that that actually worked and that man let you into the, because you're both gay. What's trash? So then you tell me Frank probably just had to go over there and like smirk and the guy would let him, because that's what it's feeling like to me. So now Simon gets to go and brute. Talking about brooding, Frank is talking to Annalise, and Frank still has the phone, by the way, because the phone rings. And Annalise is pissed because she's looking at him like, what are you doing? Frank said, no, I'm smarter than you think I am. I'm tracking this. I realized that one call was coming locally, other calls coming from Philadelphia. And I'm just trying to figure out who it is. So then Annalise is like, I don't have time for this. Dealing with all this mess and these kids make me want to drink. And we're all thinking, Annalise, you don't have to deal with this. This isn't your at this point, this isn't your problem. It's not. It's not. But it is, because this is Annalise. And Frank said, all this would be better if we had Bonnie on our side. If you just apologize to her for, firing her and making her feel incompetent, then maybe this would go well. So Annalise comes in and Bonnie's like, no. I know the scams you're trying to pull. But Annalise apologizes. She says, look, I'm sorry that I fired you and kicked you out and made you feel less than. Now, mind you, she didn't say it like this. She said it like, I'm sorry I fired you and made you feel less than. I said, Annalise, you're too grown for all that. So then Bonnie sits down and Bonnie's just like, look, this relationship that we have, I know you were freaked out when I said I loved you. I didn't say it in like a sexual manner. I just said it like, I love you. Even with all the crazy stuff you put me through, I love you. But this whole working with you, this tug of war, why did you even go and make me go through all of this? You could have just apologized. You could have just cut a check with what you did to me in court. But no, you brought me into your life. You tried to make me your mini you. And I don't know if I would have been better off as a waitress, but at least I wouldn't have had to deal with all this mess. I said, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. Now, Oliver, he's there talking to Simon, saying how, it's crazy. What was going on? Your laptop's going to be great. Everything's going to be good. Oliver doesn't want to go. Connor's telling him he needs to go. I'm thinking, so You guys just strolled in there. The security is trash. This is an open case, and they're letting all these people roll in. The guy comes in, you can't stay here. And yet, Connor goes, and Asher stays. How does that work? Visiting hours are over. Just breathe. Just breathe. Just breathe. So now we get to a very pivotal point. Laurel tells Michaela that, by the way, Frank was the one that caused me to go into early birth, because they were trying to figure out, okay, what could have done it? What could have done it? So that we can go and blame it on that instead of making it seem like, it was just Laurel's fault. So Laurel says, look, when she was, and we told her, you had no business being in between those two men fighting and trying to break them. See, that's the problem with her. That is the problem with her. So now we have all this stress and all this strife. I'm so over it. Let's see. It is so tiring. So now,
you can't go there. Dog included. So when you get that urge to hate yourself.
So Asher was trying to go make Oliver feel better. And you know, Asher's just terrible about this stuff. So he was just saying how, look, you need to find something that you can trade instead of these negative feelings that you're feeling, these feelings of guilt, because there's way too much going on for you to just go and absorb all this yourself, to just go and carry all this yourself. You are one person. You are one person. And look, my father killed himself because he was guilty about X, Y, and Z. I can't do that, so I just laugh through everything. I eat everything. That's what I do. I have to live with what happened at the party and that I didn't stop it. And Annalise is still talking to Bonnie and talking about how, like, why did God have me go through all this stuff? Why has God had me go through all these tests and valleys and street? It's just too much for one person. So Bonnie's telling Annalise, you need to let this go. You need to let the children go. Why? Why? And Annalise said, well, we thought she would say. Laurel's father is taking away her child. That feeling of separation, waking up and not having the child, I know what that feels like. So, regardless of how trash she is, I must be there for her. I said, Annalise, you're a good woman, because Laurel, oh God, if it wasn't for it being Wes's baby at this point, I would be like the chop shop here. Anyway, not with Laurel. I mean, not with the baby, with Laurel. But I love Annalise way too much to have her go through all that stress of something happening to Laurel too. So Bonnie goes and tells the DA that Denver, hey, I'm on your side. Don't ever think that I'm not. What you need to know is not only am I on your side, I have your back more than you will ever know. All of that stuff that you did, you accepting the money from the Castilles, them funding all that stuff. I buried it. I scrubbed it. Your involvement with the kids and how you tamper with that. I scrubbed it because I'm on your side. I said, this sounds like a setup. And yes, it was. Bonnie recorded the whole thing. I said, okay, Bonnie. All right, Bonnie, you can stay a little bit longer. Now, Nate goes over and talks to Tegan because Nate's trying to see, was it Tegan that went and slipped? And Tegan essentially says, look, let's be very clear. Regardless of what happened here, what did or didn't happen here, we have a very ironclad confidentiality clause. So no one is saying anything. So unless you want to go and waste my time anymore, you can go. And I said, that's why I love you, Tegan. But I saw how Tegan was looking at Nate, and I said, Tegan, stop it. You a lesbian. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Or maybe she's bi. Who knows? Now, Laurel is talking to pretty much the gang, and it irks me because I'm like, oh, it's two people that gets on my nerves. Oliver and Laurel. And yet one person is talking like, Oliver's just like, I'm just going through a lot. I said, you were the one shot. You weren't the one shot. Are we? Am I missing something here? Am I? You weren't the one shot. At least Laurel. At least Laurel gave birth to her baby and her father took it. Now I can say, but I just almost wanted to millywop on both of these people. I just almost wanted to. So now, I feel like I missed something. Hold on.
Okay, we should all just write up a petition for review.
Yeah, so they were trying to see how they could get Laurel out. Maybe repeal that, repeal what Annalise said she went and did to try and get Laurel out. So now, Michaela realizes the group is about to go on a witch hunt. And the reality is Annalise lied. So she runs and tells Annalise and Frank did it. Frank's the reason why Laurel went to early labor. When there was a fight, she got in the middle of it and she got hit. And so Frank just had that look of, I said, Frank, calm down. Frank, we need you. Calm down. And Michaela lets me know, I wasn't supposed to say all that, but look, I can't have them going and just doing whatever they want. You need to go and fix. You need to get her out of the hospital now, because trust and believe, her staying in there isn't going to help anyone at this point. So now Annalise realizes she has one more card to play. So she goes and visit Isaacs, and Isaacs apparently was helping this one woman. She goes and leaves a happy wife, but Isaac was trying to go. He was like, you ungrateful, you're manipulative. You have all of the characteristics of a true alcoholic. You're manipulative, and I tried to help you. But didn't want to put in the work. You didn't want to put in the work, and yet now you just want from me. Now you try to hurt me because you didn't get what you want, because you're always constantly hurting. So then Annalise finally tells him why she's trying so hard for this woman. She's like, she knows exactly how it feels. She knows exactly how it feels to be in that situation of losing a baby. And she's like, that she doesn't have mental issues, but trust and believe, if she has to stay in there away from her baby, I'm sure she will develop some. Get it together. Just think about it. If it was your daughter who was in there and you could do something, but I said, Annalise, this man's going to lose it. Chill out. But he comes and helps out. So she was asking her questions like, so how you feel about your father? Have you had, physical dangerous thoughts about your father? She said, of course, wanted to pull him in the chop shop a couple of times, but what's your point? I just want to go and get out and be with my baby. That's all. I just want to go and be with my baby. Let me stop. So now, Asher, Oliver, and, Asher and Connor essentially realized something. One of the inmates that was in there for, I think, murder or armed robbery was Nate's father. I said, is that why Nate became a law enforcer? So he can get his father out? Like, what's really going on? So that's going to be an interesting twist. Now we see, Michaela went to visit Tegan. Tegan told her, you dumb little girl, you coming here where there's cameras, where there's eyes, when all this happened and you were no longer working for me or under me, that is what's going to expose whatever it is. I don't know what you and your dumb little friends did, but don't you ever send me a text message. Don't you look my way. Don't you come my way. Don't you send me a video chat. Don't you send me an Instagram. Don't you DM me. Don't you do anything regarding me ever again. I said, Tegan, you're not going anywhere, because I know you're a recurring cast member. So let's see how this really goes. So Laurel's going to get released. We see that Denver's talking to Mr. Castile, and Denver's like, Bonnie's a problem. She's snooping around. I said, look, because it's you, I don't want anything to happen to Bonnie. Let's stop that mess right now. So they bring Laurel home, and they tell Laurel there's one more thing. And it's a voice recording of Wes. And she has it playing over and over again because she's just in shock. But that was only part one. Dominic's phone starts ringing. She's like, you still kept the phone? So then she looked at the number and they're like, what are you doing? Don't answer. Don't answer. I said, it's her mom. It's her mom. I know it's her mom. It's not her dad. It's her mom. It has to be her mom. That's how it'd be. This is Dominic. He was probably screwing her. Who knows? This is some silly mess. So she picks it up and she's like, Mom. I said, this ain't this bad. Please like, comment, subscribe. I almost turned off the lights. Come back next week. Oh, this show's a lot.